Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into Hollywood's best-kept secret, the surprising family ties that connect some of your favorite black celebrities. From iconic sibling duos to cousins who dominate music and film, these relationships will totally blow your mind. You might think you know Beyoncé and Solange as sisters, but did you know Beyoncé is actually stepsisters with actress Bianca Lawson? Or that the legendary Snoop Dogg and R&B queen Brandy are cousins? That's just the start. We're uncovering jaw-dropping connections, power couples, family dynasties, and Hollywood legacies that span generations. Some you've heard of, some will surprise you, and all prove that talent often runs in the family. So get ready for a wild ride full of Hollywood drama, history, and heartfelt family stories you won't believe. Whether you're a die-hard fan or just love a good celebrity secret, this video is for you. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on the hottest insider scoops. All right, let's jump right into the list of 15 black celebrities who are actually related. And trust me, some of these will shock you. Number 1. Brandy and Ray J. When it comes to iconic black sibling duos in Hollywood, Brandy and Ray J are at the top of the list. Born into a musical family in Mississippi and raised in California, both stars were destined for the spotlight. Their mother, Sonia Norwood, was their original manager and made sure her kids' talents were seen and heard. Brandy, the older of the two, skyrocketed to fame in the mid-90s with her self-titled debut album. Her unique voice and soulful tone gave her hits like I Wanna Be Down and Have You Ever? But she didn't stop at music. Brandy made history as the first black teen to lead her own sitcom, Moshe. She also starred in the groundbreaking all-black cast version of Cinderella opposite Whitney Houston. Ray J, her younger brother, carved his own path. He started as an actor on shows like Moesha and The Sinbad Show, but later found his groove in R&B music with hits like One Wish. Though often known for his reality TV and controversial fame moments, Ray J proved he had hustle, business sense, and staying power. What's powerful is how Brandy and Ray J have always uplifted each other. From joint interviews to collaborations, they've shared stages and success, all while navigating fame in very different ways. In a world where fame often pulls families apart, Brandy and Ray J remind us that blood and bond can shine just as bright as the spotlight. Number 2. Snoop Dogg and Brandy. Now here's a Hollywood connection that always shocks new fans. Brandy, the R&B princess of the 90s, is actually first cousins with none other than Snoop Dogg, the legendary West Coast rap icon. Yep, R&B royalty and hip-hop greatness run in the same family. Born Calvin Broadus Jr., Snoop Dogg grew up in Long Beach, California, just a few miles away from his cousin Brandy Norwood. While their music styles couldn't be more different, Brandy's angelic vocals and Snoop's smooth gangster rap, they both rose to fame in the same golden era of black music. Brandy exploded onto the scene in 1994 with her hit debut album and later became a TV sensation in Moesha. Meanwhile, Snoop Dogg was redefining hip-hop alongside Dr. Dre, putting West Coast rap on the global map with Doggy Style. While their careers were climbing in completely different lanes, the bond between them always stayed strong. Brandy has always spoken proudly about her cousin. And Snoop? He calls her his little cuz and never hesitates to show her love publicly. From red carpets to family events, their bond is undeniable. In fact, it was Snoop's mom, Beverly Broadus, who connected the extended family and made sure the cousins stayed close. Number 3, Snoop Dogg and Nate Dogg. Before West Coast hip-hop became a cultural movement, it was a family affair, and at the heart of it stood two cousins, Snoop Dogg and Nate Dogg, whose chemistry wasn't just studio magic, it was blood deep. Both born in Long Beach, California, Snoop and Nate grew up in the same neighborhood and were raised in the church. That gospel foundation laid the groundwork for Nate's unmistakable soulful hooks and Snoop's laid-back lyrical flow. Along with Warren G, the cousins formed the Trio 213, named after their Long Beach area code. But that was only the beginning. Snoop Dogg broke into the game with Doggy Style under Dr. Dre's mentorship, and Nate wasn't far behind. Nate Dogg's vocals, gritty, smooth, and gospel-rooted, became the secret sauce of G-Funk. His legendary hooks on classics like Regulate, The Next Episode, and 21 Questions made him a voice every fan knew, even if they didn't know his name. But behind the fame was brotherhood. Snoop always credited Nate as being more than just a collaborator. He was family, both literally and spiritually. And Nate always held Snoop down through highs, lows, and legal battles. Their bond was deep, real, and rare in the industry. Tragically, Nate Dogg passed away in 2011 after a series of strokes, but his legacy lives on in every hook, every West Coast anthem, and every tribute Snoop pays to his cousin. Snoop has called him the greatest hook man in the game, and honestly, he's right. Number 4. Beyoncé and Solange. When it comes to powerful siblings in the entertainment world, few shine brighter than Beyoncé and Solange Knowles. Born and raised in Houston, Texas, these two sisters grew up with music in their blood, style in their stride, and greatness in their DNA. Beyoncé, the older sister, became a global icon. From her early days in Destiny's Child to her groundbreaking solo career, she has shaped pop culture, redefined Black excellence, and built an empire. She's not just a singer, she's a movement. Albums like Lemonade, B-Day, and Renaissance weren't just hits. They were cultural statements. But while Beyoncé was dominating stadiums, Solange was quietly carving her own lane. Artistic, soulful, and boldly original, Solange broke through with A Seat at the Table, an album that explored identity, Black womanhood, and healing. With her ethereal voice and boundary-pushing visuals, she proved she wasn't just Beyoncé's little sister. She was a visionary all her own. Despite their fame, the Knowles sisters have always had each other's backs. Whether it's Solange performing at Beyoncé's fashion shows or Beyoncé celebrating Solange's artistry on social media, the support is real, and who could forget that unforgettable elevator moment with Jay-Z? Solange proved she's not afraid to protect what matters, even if it means making headlines. What makes their bond so special isn't just the talent, it's the authenticity. They're different, they're bold, and they're unapologetically themselves. Number 5. Beyoncé and Bianca Lawson. Now this one always surprises fans. Beyoncé has a stepsister who's been on your TV screen for decades. Her name? Bianca Lawson, an ageless beauty and a powerhouse actress in her own right. And yes, they are family. Bianca Lawson is the daughter of famed actor Richard Lawson, who married Tina Knowles, Beyoncé and Solange's mother, in 2015. When that happened, Beyoncé and Bianca officially became stepsisters, uniting two dynasties in Black Hollywood. But Bianca didn't need the Knowles name to make her mark. She's been acting since the 90s, with roles on Saved by the Bell, The New Class, Sister, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and Pretty Little Liars. And despite never seeming to age, she's built a career on depth, poise, and quietly commanding performances. Her role as Darla in Queen Sugar, produced by Oprah Winfrey and Ava DuVernay, earned her massive respect in the industry. Though Beyoncé and Bianca keep their relationship private, there's mutual admiration. They've been seen at family events, celebrations, and weddings, always with grace, style, and unity. Unlike celebrity siblings who chase headlines, these two move in silence, letting their work speak volumes. What's powerful here is the fusion of talent, class, and legacy. Beyoncé, the global icon, Bianca, the quiet storm of TV drama. Together, they're part of a blended family that represents strength, reinvention, and generational Black excellence. Number 6. Diana Ross and Tracee Ellis Ross. Some families are blessed with talent, others with beauty. But the Ross family? They got it all, and they've passed it down like royalty. Diana Ross, the glamorous Motown queen, and her daughter Tracee Ellis Ross, the bold and brilliant actress, are living proof that greatness runs in the blood. Diana Ross rose to fame in the 1960s as the lead singer of the Supremes, becoming a cultural icon and one of the most successful female artists in music history. With her signature voice, extravagant gowns, and undeniable presence, Diana didn't just break barriers, she smashed them. And just when the world thought the Ross legacy couldn't get any bigger, along came Tracee Ellis Ross. While many expected her to follow her mother's footsteps into music, Tracee chose her own lane and owned it. She gained fame with her hilarious and stylish role in Girlfriends, and later became America's favorite TV mom in Black-ish. But Tracee is more than just funny. She's fierce, feminist, and deeply intentional about how Black women are represented on screen. What's inspiring is how Tracee never tried to outshine her mother. She embraced the legacy while fiercely creating her own. And Diana? She never overshadowed her daughter. She celebrated her, publicly, proudly, like a queen passing her crown, but not retiring her throne. Number 7, Angela Bassett and Courtney B. Vance. In a town full of breakups and scandals, there's one couple that stands as a symbol of Black love done right: Angela Bassett and Courtney B. Vance. Together for over 25 years, they're not just actors. They're a living love story that's stronger than fame. Angela Bassett, known for her powerful performances in films like What's Love Got to Do with It, Waiting to Exhale, and Black Panther, has always brought fierce grace to every role she touches. She's a queen, both on screen and off. And Courtney B. Vance? He's no less legendary. With a Tony Award and an Emmy for his role as Johnny Cochran in The People vs. O.J. Simpson, he's a master of his craft. The two met at Yale School of Drama in the 1980s, where sparks didn't fly immediately, but fate had other plans. Years later, they reconnected, fell in love, and tied the knot in 1997. Since then, they've raised twins, supported each other through career highs and lows, and remained one of the most solid marriages in all of Hollywood. What makes their bond so special is the balance. They celebrate each other's wins, but there's no ego, just mutual respect, admiration, and an unshakable foundation built on faith, family, and friendship. They've even worked together on screen in projects like Whitney and His Girl Friday, showing the world that Black love isn't just beautiful, it's powerful. Number 8, Will Smith, Jaden, and Willow. When you think of Hollywood dynasties, the Smiths are in a class of their own. Will Smith, one of the most bankable stars of all time, didn't just build a career, he built a family of stars. His children, Jaden Smith and Willow Smith, aren't just riding his fame, they're rewriting the rules for the next generation of Black excellence. Will started as the fun-loving Fresh Prince, but quickly became a box office giant with hits like Men in Black, The Pursuit of Happiness, and Ali. But behind the scenes, he was doing something even bigger, raising his kids to be fearless, creative, and unapologetically themselves. Jaden Smith made his film debut alongside his dad in The Pursuit of Happiness, and the chemistry was undeniable. But Jaden didn't stay in his father's shadow. He became a fashion rebel, a rapper with a message and a bold voice for youth expression and environmental activism. Willow Smith, too, broke out with the viral hit Whip My Hair. But instead of chasing pop fame, she dove deep into soulful music, philosophical ideas, and raw vulnerability. Her albums like Lately I Feel Everything show emotional depth far beyond her years. Will has always supported his kids publicly, even when the world didn't understand them. From red carpet moments to viral interviews, he stood by them, not just as a parent, but as a mentor. Number 9, Jada Pinkett Smith and August Alsina. In a town filled with whispers, few stories hit harder or got messier than the one between Jada Pinkett Smith and August Alsina. This wasn't just celebrity gossip. It was the moment the word entanglement became part of pop culture history. It all began when singer August Alsina, a rising R&B star known for his emotional vulnerability, revealed in an interview that he had a romantic relationship with Jada Pinkett Smith. And here's where jaws dropped, because Jada was, and still is, married to Will Smith. The internet exploded. Rumors swirled until Jada sat down at her own Red Table Talk and confirmed it. Yes, she and August had been involved in what she famously called an entanglement during a rocky period in her marriage to Will. With Will sitting across from her, the moment became a viral sensation, memed, debated, and dissected worldwide. But behind the headlines was a deeper truth. Jada and August first met when he was battling serious health issues, and she became a mentor and support system. What started as healing turned into something more, and for August, it was real love. For Jada, it was a journey of self-discovery, vulnerability, and healing. She owned her truth, flaws and all, and brought an uncomfortable but necessary conversation about relationships into the open. This wasn't just a scandal. It was a moment of raw human honesty in the most public way possible. Whether you agree or not, the entanglement shook up Hollywood and gave the world a front-row seat to what healing, heartbreak, and growth really look like in real life. Number 10, Ice Cube and O'Shea Jackson Jr. When it comes to rap legends who flipped the game and built an empire, Ice Cube is always near the top. But what makes his story even more powerful is what he passed down to his son, O'Shea Jackson Jr. Together, they represent a rare kind of Hollywood legacy, one rooted in realness, respect, and raw talent. Ice Cube first made his mark in the late 80s as a founding member of NWA, delivering unapologetic lyrics that shook up America. He went from revolutionary rapper to actor, producer, and business mogul, turning Friday, Barbershop, and Are We There Yet into cultural staples. But in 2015, the world saw something extraordinary. In Straight Outta Compton, Ice Cube's life was brought to the big screen, and his son, O'Shea Jackson Jr., played him. And he didn't just look like Cube, he embodied him. His performance was praised by critics and audiences alike, launching him into a Hollywood career of his own. Since then, O'Shea Jr. has shown he's not riding coattails. From Ingrid Goes West to Den of Thieves and Obi-Wan Kenobi, he's carving his own identity, respected as a serious actor with charisma and range. Behind the scenes, the bond between father and son is solid. Cube is proud, but he never hands anything over. O'Shea had to audition for the role of his own father and earn it, and he did. Number 11, Denzel Washington and John David Washington. When your father is Denzel Washington, one of the greatest actors in Hollywood history, you've got big shoes to fill. But John David Washington didn't just walk in his father's footsteps. He sprinted into his own spotlight with talent, humility, and undeniable screen presence. Denzel Washington is a two-time Oscar winner and a living legend. From Malcolm X and Training Day to Fences and The Equalizer, Denzel has spent decades setting the bar in Black Hollywood. He's respected not just for his roles, but for the integrity he brings to every performance and every life lesson. But when it came to his son, Denzel didn't open the Hollywood gates. In fact, most people didn't even know John David Washington was his son at first. Before acting, John David pursued football. He played for the St. Louis Rams and later went overseas. It wasn't until he landed the role of Ricky Jarrett in HBO's Ballers that people really started paying attention. Then came the breakthrough, Spike Lee's BlacKkKlansman. John David delivered a performance that was fierce, funny, and fearless. And when he starred in Christopher Nolan's Tenet, he cemented his status as a leading man. What's powerful is the dynamic between father and son. Denzel didn't hand him anything. He told him, "The door is open, but you've got to walk through it." And John David did, on his own terms. Number 12, Samuel L. Jackson and Zoe Jackson. We all know Samuel L. Jackson, the loud, commanding voice of Hollywood. The man who's done over 100 films, delivered legendary lines, and turned swear words into art. But what many fans don't know is that this cinematic icon has a daughter, Zoe Jackson, who's making waves in Hollywood in her own quiet, powerful way. Samuel L. Jackson's journey from drug addiction to superstardom is already the stuff of legend. From Pulp Fiction and A Time to Kill to Avengers and Snakes on a Plane, he's played everything, and always on his own terms. But behind the scenes, he's also been a devoted husband and father. Married to LaTanya Richardson Jackson since 1980, Samuel has kept his family close and his daughter even closer. Zoe Jackson, born in 1982, didn't chase the spotlight like her father. Instead, she stepped behind the camera and started running the show, literally. Zoe has become a sought-after TV producer and director. She's worked on hit reality shows like Top Chef, Project Runway, and RuPaul's Drag Race. Her ability to shape stories and guide talent behind the scenes makes her a quiet powerhouse in the industry. While their careers look different, the bond is unshakable. Samuel has spoken with pride about Zoe's success, and they've been spotted together at award shows and red carpets, both stylish, both confident, both fully in their lane. Number 13. Quincy Jones and Rashida Jones. When your dad is Quincy Jones, one of the most decorated